Hello, friends. It's a wonderful day today. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I think today is mostly going to be a Blender day. You just announce the stream really quick. Here we go. I hope everyone's having a just as wonderful of a day as I am. I'm thinking about what we should do. There's so much work to do. Always so much work. But it's hard to pick favorite work. It's hard to pick what to work on when there's so much. I know. Wonderful. Isn't it wonderful? We're gonna model a door today. That'll be interesting. Let's model a door today. Gonna get to me, I'm just gonna freak. Down pump the hill, I got to find my lost piece. Down with here, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. Thanks, Knuckle. That should let me feel too. I be feeling some. Be feeling something. I have no fear. It's crazy. Graveyard. The ghost trying to approach me, he got leered. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Trying to think about how I'm going to do this. Just, I gotta stop finding my lost. Those wonderful OSTs. My humble opinion. I don't care. We got pumpkins. Tell him why. Why. I need a reference. I need a reference. I need a reference. I need a reference. I'm nothing without my reference. I can't do anything without my reference. That's a sink. I need my sink. Hmm. Wonderful OSTs, IMO in my opinion. Wonderful OSTs, IMO in my opinion. Now if I switch to individual origins, make them all about 1 unit size. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Now, is that a place we want to be? Are we getting to a place we want to be? That is yet to be known. We're definitely getting to a place. One of the places of all time. Nah. What's good? Hey, what's good, not Bustly? We're doing some modeling today. As you can see, Blender Day, right? Isn't that exciting? I made a decision off stream last night that rather than all of the cells being open, what would probably be better, like game-wise, is each of these cells are gonna have like kind of walled like this, and they're gonna have a door. And depending on if the door, well, it was always in the game that like on some days the prisoner would be asleep, on other days they would be awake, and you can only talk to them if they're awake. And I think I'm gonna indicate that by like, okay, we're gonna have a door, and the door is either gonna have a light on or it's gonna have a curtain. If there's a curtain, that means you can't interact with that character. They're asleep. So I think making it so you can't just interact with the same character over and over again. Well, that's not even really why. It's not a game design thing. I just think it would be neat. But maybe a side effect is that, like, it'll get people to not just focus on, like, the one character they like, or whatever. That's just a consequence I thought of afterwards. Make it feel a little more alive. Even though it's such a bleak state. I wonder if Vietnamese people fuck with a spring roll. That's a good question. I wonder if they fuck with a spring roll. Y'all fuck with a spring roll? Hmm. Oh, it would be nice if they did. I wish. What are we working on? I can unwrap this more nicely. Select material. We're going to unwrap it with the... My bad. Damn. We're going to unwrap it with the cube projection, and we're going to hit Alt-Shift-Z. Alt-Shift-Z. So that we can watch the cube projection projected shit. As you can see, it does so like that. I think this is a good resolution. I think Viet invented the spring roll. Hmm. Ayo rubble do spring roll. It's not like an egg roll. I know it's not like an egg roll. The reason I was asking about it is because my mommy purchased rice paper, and I don't know what to do with it. I hit Shift H to hide everything except for these. And then I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna select all these faces. Actually, no, I got rid of them already, didn't I? I thought I didn't do this yet. Anyway. And I'm not sure if there's an easy way to do this. We don't need all these seams anymore. Seam. Are there any edges here that shouldn't be sharp? No. There are definitely a lot of edges marked sharp that shouldn't be. There's going to be a hassle. But it's a hassle we don't mind going through. My instinct is to just put like some onion and beef in a spring roll and just air fry it. But I feel like it would like get wet. Like I feel like the beef juice would get it wet and those things. I know that they get very, very fucking soggy very easily. So I hesitate to just throw some shit in the air fryer. I feel like you gotta have something in there that's gonna absorb juices. Like, I don't know, maybe like fucking what? An egg? Maybe you put the egg in the spring roll, that would help. Mmm. Like Homer Simpson, right? Whoa! What happened here? Is this a thing all over? No. Oh, what happened here? Delete that face. People put noodles in there? Hmm. Maybe a spaghetti spring roll. I'll save that. I'll save that for y'all's. I was gonna say some gay, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna say some gay shit. I was gonna say I'm gonna save that for you and Joey Chimney's wedding. That is disrespectful of me. I shouldn't say that. I don't actually think you and Joey Chimney are getting married. I just said that to be, I just had that thought, I had that thought to be inflammatory. I didn't really think that. Unk. Unk. This is kind of a pain to model, but I think it's gonna come out nice. So don't worry. Fuck is this edge? What are you? Who are you? Olives? How is that gay? Well, it's gay because it's two men getting married, mostly. That's how. How is that gay? Look at him go. So I'm going to extrude these. I'm going to show you people a little trick, which is, whoa, whoa. You can see they start at -7. So I can actually offset these. I can choose the offset. I can make this 1 meter like perfectly. Um, which may be a good idea, but I'm not going to. 2 meters. No, just kidding. I'm gonna make it like 0.5. And then these right here, I'm going to select. Ding 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 ding. I'm going to select these, and then with individual origins up here selected, I'm going to scale them just a little bit, but it's not going to be a regular scale. It's going to be a scale on the y-axis, which for these faces is like kind of sideways-ish. Well, it's perfectly sideways, so as you can see, we create these nice kind of bevels um, over here. And we can select these faces. We can Alt-H to unhide everything. We can Shift-G to select all of the faces with that material. And then we can unwrap them with the cube projection, Alt-Shift-Z, so we can actually see it, and make that as small as we like. I think that's a good size. Right there. As you can see now, we have these kind of nice little bevels between our doors. Makes it look, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't make it like popcorn wall anymore. It used to be popcorn wall. Maybe I should make it like a steel wall. I like the idea of reinforced popcorn wall. I keep it. Anyway, now we can go back into 3D cursor mode, and we are actually able to mesh and symmetrize. So now the other side of the mesh looks the same. Now, when you symmetrize your mesh, you want to do a little thing. You want to select everything and do Alt-N to face area. Because when you symmetrize, it the opposite. I think how it works is the opposite normals aren't necessarily the correct normals. Possibly. I have no idea. Or maybe it just doesn't symmetrize the normals. Maybe it keeps the same normals for the corresponding faces. Either way, you need to recalculate your normals when you do that. Um, which you do with Alt-N and then average face area. As you can see now it looks normal. Before it didn't look normal. Before it looked quite strange. See this? That is not quite right. People may identify it. This does not look quite right. So, there we go. What other work is to be done? Play with the wall texture. I wonder if that's a terrible idea, a ceramic wall. I guess it probably isn't that good of an idea, but... Oh? I actually quite like that look. I find it quite charming. It is so charming. It is so charming. Look. It actually looks quite good, I think. Hmm. Assets. Prison. Now if we go back, eat this, place it, prison. Oh, local. You're not supposed to be there. Oh no. Oh no! Our table! It's broken! Corn. Open. Textures. Popcorn, popcorn, popcorn. This OST is. It sounds like a Metroid OST, doesn't it? But it's actually from a game called Baroque for the PS1. There we go. Local. Sync is a little off now. There we go. Wonderful. Box. Where is Joey Chimney? I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'm sure he's alright. You liking the look of these new walls? I guess we no choice but to work on that door model now, huh? Alright. Let's get to it. Open a new blender. I'm gonna open a new blender and then I'm going to import like one of these cells kind of, just so I have a good idea in there of what am I saying? Just so I have a good idea of what I'm like the scale, I guess. So are they gonna be bars or like that secure door with the tiny window? So the way that the game is going to work, I think the best way to do it for performance stuff and kind of for artistic stuff a little bit, how do I put this? they're gonna be, these doors are gonna be like those security doors, I think. It just makes sense. In that, okay, the window, it's gonna be a big window. Don't worry, it's not gonna be a tiny window. It's gonna be a kind of big window. And you'll see either there's a light that's on or a light that's off. Wasted edges. Those edges weren't doing anything. Anyway. So let's just copy that, put it in here. My mesh. That's fine. That works. That works for me. So I'm going to invert my selection and delete vertices. Then I select these, I delete those. Now I can Shift S plus 7 and that brings my selection to where I need it. Now in Godot, -Z is forward, but the X, Y, and Z axes are kind of arbitrarily labeled wherever you are. So in Godot, it is -Z, but for Blender, -Z in Godot is actually +Y. So we're going to rotate it like this, and this is going to be front facing. Yeah, I'm Bong. What's good, buddy? We're going to be working on a door today. Triangles are good. I agree, for the most part. I think people's avoidance of triangles is a little naive. Yeah. We're working on more of this prison model today. You just missed it. We were working on these walls. Now we're gonna work on a door. Now this is entirely unnecessary, but it's just kind of bothering. It's just kind of bothering. Sorry, I can't take it. So this is gonna be our like door frame. I don't think there was a single quad in the models I ripped from the ISO. Well, there's something you may be able to do is the reason there weren't any quads is because everything. Do you like when you? How do I put this? When was Armageddon made? Actually, you might be right. Okay, Armageddon release date. 2006. The whole idea of quads being like the thing you're supposed to work in all the time is a little new. It wasn't like there from the beginning. 2006, I think that's around like, like quads were recognized as a good thing. But also, when you rip something from a game, it's not exactly the same model that like they had in whatever, like what 3D Studio Max, Maya, I don't know. It's not exactly the same model because the engine does like, oh, it converts all the quads to like triangles. Like the engine will just go in and do this stuff, right? Um, so if the model looks something like this, chances are it probably was quads. It looks like this. Like you can still kind of see quads everywhere. But you also might be right because 2006 people were not as disciplined back then about this. Quad bike? I hate quad bikes. I see what you're getting at. I'm gonna check. Yeah, you get the idea. Now, for this door, let me get some reference. First thing we're gonna start with is a plane. Rotate that degrees. Make sure it has the right face orient. 80. Now, a little trick I know. When you are in 3D cursor mode, when your pivot point is set to the 3D cursor, you can do something like this. Where, as you see, grab these and I Shift S. I can Shift S and press 0 and it'll be perfectly aligned right there, as you can see. I can also press Shift Y, 0. Now, if I press Shift and then not Shift, if I press S, I hold Shift and I press X, it'll actually do both of those, the opposite axes at the same time. So that's Z and Y, both together. And I'm gonna do that again down here. So Shift X, 0. And it brings it, and it's perfect. 100% perfect. And I can do this again here for the x-axis. Now we have a quad which is perfectly flush with the door. Now, we're going to want to move this other way. A y-axis. So that is perfect on that. How necessary is it to have quads? I kind of see the pattern you're talking about. So my experience has been that quads are good. And it is worth it. Like I used to be extremely quad pilled. I used to be extremely like I am going to fuck with this model until there are no triangles, no n-gons. N-gons are not acceptable. N-gons are definitely not acceptable. Right there. I somehow convert it into quads when I need to UV everything again. Generally when you change your mesh, unless you're smarter than me, I don't know how. I don't think it's very easy to preserve your UVs. I don't think for your purposes where you're just fucking with someone else's model, I think you'll be fine. No n-gons, all triangles, yeah. I mean, if there were n-gons, they got converted to triangles anyway. So kind of take that for granted that there's no n-gons. I've found it very worth it to have a phase. How do I put it? You know about programming stuff. Um, Something that was comparable, I think, and helpful for me in like becoming a better programmer was just a hard and fast rule of absolutely no, not like absolutely no, but always minimizing lines of code and just like, and you can like see how, oh, that might be a bad thing because it's like, for example, you might take something innocent like, oh, player is on ground equals player node is on floor, right? And you might just think, well, why don't I just take this and I put it everywhere I have this? I skip the check and then there you go. That saves one line of code. Like that's not a good thing to do. But um I found the discipline I got from doing that was very helpful. And I think quads are kind of the same thing where it's a little naive to just all the time, every day, like only quads, never triangles. Never n-gon is valid, never n-gon is true. But never triangle. If you don't know what you're doing, or at least if I don't know what I'm doing, and I let myself just use triangles, I'm gonna be using them willy-nilly, and I'm not gonna really know what I'm doing. Um, it's only like very long after the fact that I'm like, yes, I know that this is a good place for a triangle. This is an appropriate time to use a triangle. Now, looking at some reference here, the door kind of has this thing set. Very good analogy, I hope it is. I'm going to do this. Edges, no, faces. Faces. And I'm going to set all of these down. Then I'm going to bridge these edges. That face. How thick are these doors usually? I don't know. We can figure that out later. Although this does seem a little thick, a little thicketitious, a little too thick. But now we're going to take these. Game engines tend to make models all tries, but there is a way you can make the quads if you want for the most part. There is. I need to stay away. Yeah. You go in here and you click tries to quads. It's Alt J in edit mode. Tries to quads. It's not perfect though. You know, it's not gonna like just get. It's not just magic. I need to stay awake. What happened? What happened, Joy Chimney? Lay it on. Hmm. Yeah. Now it's safe to dissolve. What up, pimps? People pulling through. People pulling through. Can I request a song? You can. You are always welcome to. Anyone is welcome to request whatever. I don't even care that much about copyright. I'll not succumb to slumber, for it is the cousin of death. Normally, I would advocate for a person to sleep, but not people who I know are doing actual work. Edge. Edge. Working on a door right now. Did I miss something? Find the top chat. My buddy here said he had a rook. I need to get a point with this, or something bad is going to happen. I know what you mean. Dude, what? Is this video made for kids? No. Back later. I got you, Joey Chimney. They gon' grip my boy up again. They gon' grip him up again. They gon' grip him up again. BRB, I got you, Joey. These two got good work ethic. That's it. Yeah. That's something to celebrate. I feel like in Blender 4 they made the like selection a little more slutty. Have y'all noticed that for anyone using Blender 4? Like, I feel like in Blender 3.6 this wouldn't have all selected. They would have left out this part. Girl I'm talking to right now giving me the 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 facts. I'm busy because I was working. She trying to she trying to hold you like that. It's funny. Yeah, I'm slowly. My mom is helping me. My mom is helping me become less sexist. I've been very sexist the past few days. Can I say? But my mom has been helping. Uh, she got me rice paper. I don't know what the fuck to do with it, but she got me rice paper. That's a good mom. I love my mom. Can I just pull this? Come on, shoebox. Give me some. How do I do this? There's a program called Shoebox. Cool. Yeah, back. What's good, Joey Chimney? Missed you. I'm using Shoebox right now. I know you know about this, so if you have any advice, it is welcome. Increase the size of this. OST is fire. That is that is Amy Rose OST. Trying to add physics to this rig. The Liu Kang's headband will float and it isn't just a brick poking out of his head. On YouTube are for jiggle physics. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's true. It's wanting to make a really thin image. Is there a way I can make this like thicker? And come on, project, asset. We'll see if we can use it. This is not gonna look good at first. Hoping we can make it look good. I just need it unwrapped like at all. Anyway. I do remember the Vine cells. There's a free plugin called Kawaii Physics that's really easy to use. It's made for Jiggle Physics, but I used it for physics on the plant character. Yeah, I remember that. I'm assuming that just like imports nicely into Unreal. We gotta have an era where all four of us are grinding away, playtesting each other's stuff. Yeah, that's the goal. That's the 2026. That's Project 2026 about us. uh, I'm not even gonna lie. Like half of the conversations I have with like Joey these days, like, how do we get these black people to get off their asses? And a manifest. uh, I could never give up on my black people. I love them so much. It burns my heart every time I see Comic Man like talk about his ideas, knowing damn well he's not gonna do them. Makes me sad. It sounds like I'm joking. It does actually make me sad. This does not look good. Hmm. What material is this door made of? It's kind of like a matte steel. the MMO he plays. Dude. Get him, just stop fucking playing video games. I was trying to get Trade A, okay, I guess it does sound a little stupid of me, but I was trying to get Trade A to pick up the drawing tablet. We're all getting old. They're designed to just mentally castrate you, fucking not just mentally. A little more than just mentally. I have to check my email to find a website. There's a specific textures website I've been on that's really, really good. SketchUp Texture Club. I've found this website for all you. This website is very nice for finding textures. I was telling Shabazz to download a drive. Dude, Shabazz. It's just. Shabazz. You know, after a while, you begin to see why people are mean. Ooh, that's a nice. New Vision just dropped. New Vision just dropped. I like this song. It's loud, but I couldn't get myself to get rid of it. It's too good. Okay. Me if you can. Where's that Kyo drawing? Where the fuck is that Kyo drawing? He's supposed to make shit too. Come on, come on. I DM'd him last week and he said he was working on it. No, he fucking isn't. Fucking DM him this week. Reach but I never can. Catch me. Where is it? Right. Let's try. Dude, what? We gotta go in and fix this texture. Open with GIMP. We GIMP Devon. We GIMP Devon. You trying to hoe us. They trying to hoe us. They don't know we got I keep that GIMP on me. God damn, that's a big texture. Okay, it's fine. They don't know I keep that GIMP on me. They don't know I got that grow by 1 pixels on me. They don't know I got that add that alpha channel on me. They don't know I keep it on. They don't know I keep that on me. They don't know I keep that Gaussian blur on me. This is that Doorbell OST. Dude, what? What? Where's the transparency? Is there something special I have to do to have a transparent texture? Hmm. Don't worry, I'm figuring it out. Okay, so apparently it is correct. It's just apparently it is correct. It's just rendering that way. Good news for me. worried earlier that it was incorrect, actually. Do you think a brushed metal? Does this need to be like a brushed metal? Hmm. I'm working on it. Wow. What is this door missing? A handle! The window should be bigger for gameplay reasons. I'm gonna call this prison 4. Although these things don't usually have like normal handles, do they? What do they have? dash Cuban happen. We're going to do something amazing. Scale it down a little bit. We're going to inset that face. Edge loop. Bring it all together. Y-axis. Then vision surface. Going to I that. Then of course you do not serve a purpose anymore. Going to and where we had these creases here, we're going to replace them with sharp. Should give them that kind of welded look. And that's how we got this shape. That is the story of how we obtained. We randomize these vertices just like. What kind of dink up on it? Lagoon Lagoon. Save. Word as that's a separate number. Alright. Handle. Handle. Edge. Rim, maybe? Rim. And you're currently listening to the Majula Dark Souls 2. Wonderful, wonderful. Collision shape. Going to be a simple box. Love Dark Souls 2, bro. Bro, I love Dark Souls 2, bro. You have to try it out, bro. You have to try it out, bro. Do you not see the vision? What do you mean, do I not see the vision? What's up with the four of us chilling in Majula? I fucking see the vision. That's my vision. I'm the one that had it. I'm Justin. Partially Justin. Maybe I should come up with a name for this prison. Big Bertha? That is a gross name. This looks so sick. You think so? I'm glad. Save this as a scene. Prison door. I'm gonna save this as a scene. Called prison door. Epic name. Purgatory. Fucking stupid. Let's see how this looks. Let's see if it's actually fucking transparent, which I doubt it is going. It's not transparent. Why is my transparent texture not transparent? Set transparency and material properties. Open. Mesh. Geometry. Material properties. Where is that? Surface 1. Oh. Transparency. Transparency. Alpha. Yes! Thank you. Thank you for saving me a Google search. I don't say that to discount the help. I say that very genuinely. But fucking play. Oh yeah, we kind of got the thing working. See, she will turn towards where you're going. The only problem is she does do this kind of instantly, so when you're walking around like this, it does look a little strange. I'm gonna have to like lerp it. But you'd think that would be very simple to do, but it has turned out to not be that. Lerp, lerp, lerp. Lerp current position times delta goal position. No. Because it's not a position, it's a rotation. And I have to figure out what to lerp. Like, do I lerp the rotation itself, or do I lerp the multiplier for the... I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Rotation itself, yes. Like the quaternion. This is using quaternion rotations because we're editing bones. Bones use quaternion. We changed some textures around. What do we work on now? Rusty metal. Rusty metal? Maybe... I think I know it. Actually, I might just do this in Godot. I have an idea. Prison door, and then we're gonna add a name. Mesh instance 3D. Mesh is going to be a plane. Behind the door. We'll figure out the size later. I want it to be like an emissive texture to imply the lights are on. It's set texture sampling to nearest neighbor if you want it to look less blurry. Piercing. Where might you? Go down to sampling. That's very nice. Thank you. Now, we're going to want to switch this texture between being completely black and being an emissive one, which I imagine is actually going to be pretty easy. That guy's really good at Godot. He is. He's been very helpful. Godot facts. You can change the emissive property. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I figured like this is so simple, I think I can just do it in Godot and not even bother with Blender. I could probably, it's simple enough, I could probably do it in code. Which, that's preferable. Emission will be white. And if I just change this energy multiplier. So now, if I go back here. The door, closer to the door. To change it to like an orangish color? Yeah. I'm just trying to get it to work first. You know that thing gay people say? Make it work first, you can make it good later. Actually, I don't know if I prefer that. Also, there's something kind of weird going on. Maybe it's just the light hitting it. Kinda nice. It's looking a little exactly. Orange. So maybe instead of changing that, maybe the emission is white but the albedo is orange. Also might. Danish girl is bugging me to watch a movie? Go ahead. Go ahead. I have no qualms. I'd shrink them down to the size of the window. I'd shrink it down to the size of the window and maybe try setting the shading to unlit. That's a good idea. I'm gonna try that. That is a good idea. So to make it smaller. Before it kind of felt like making it too close to the window was causing artifacts, but we'll see. See you later. Alright, see you later, Nut Bustly. Where is? Turn off the emission for now. Shading. Unshaded. Let's see how that looks. I have a feeling that was a good suggestion. That was a good suggestion. Pretty much exactly what we wanted. It's quite bright. It is quite bright. But there's not actually going to be anything in those rooms. The idea is you press enter. Oops. The idea is that you press enter. Not enter. You press E and you enter the room, right? And then it just will teleport you to another scene that has that prison cell with a character. That's one, so that I can give these characters detailed rooms without it being like a performance whore. And the other reason why is so I can make the rooms bigger than they could logically be, like if I were to do them out here. Which will be fine. But I'm gonna see if I can like bug her out and make her like do a 360. Like Pokemon houses? Yeah, pretty much. What to work on next? What to work on? Maybe add a slot on the door for food? Nah, you think they get food? Think these dudes get food? You're the food. You're the one that gives them food. You just waltz right in. You're the one that gives them food. Nah, I ain't feeding them. Well, I'll feed myself. Well, then they're gonna starve. I don't know what to tell you. They don't got a feeding slot. These people die. Yeah. You could make the emission flicker pretty easily in code. And def range. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. One thing is, I'm thinking in Blender I want to make this texture a little bigger in thing. I don't mind aliasing, but I know some people don't. Me personally, I'm an aliasing enjoyer. This OST is also from Dark Souls 2. Surface 1. Under transparency. Why can I not change you? Why are you locked away? Why the fuck are you locked away? I'm being troubled. Hey. Why is this happening? And it's not even fixed. Mesh shield. There we go. That worked. Then it worked, but it didn't change the UV for some. Missing something. Huh. Shiendor. Shiendor. Don't even worry about it. Select mesh and surface 1, yeah. Not local? Oh, not saved. Is that it? Not saved? I see. Okay. That adds up. Thank you. And we fixed our UVs. Yippee! I remember the sampling. Don't worry, I remember. And at the nearest. That was quite a hassle for a small fix. Don't worry about it. I feel like I don't have to do a lot of like yellow paint stuff because just the fact that, how do I put this? Just the fact that there's stuff here is like, to me at least, it seems like this is enough. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if we go all the way over here, and it's like dark as hell. You can see like lights over here, and I think you're gonna be curious like what these are about. It's readable, yeah. You'll wanna, I think you'll, I think people will press E on it. I don't think they'll have any problems pressing E. When you press E on something, a big cube spawns. Could add a controls thing when there's an eventual menu. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna like communicate controls to people. There isn't going to be like a settings menu. There's not going to be anything like that. You're not going to be able to press escape to do anything. I know a lot of itch.io people just slap controls on the description of the game. That might work. That might work for us. I don't want to clutter the game up with a bunch of like, I don't want to clutter the game up with things where you don't use it once you like just teaching you. You know what I mean? It's like having like, okay, one of the things I had in another game was a prompt that like told you, it was like in Sonic, in Sonic Adventure 2, it tells you if you press the A button, this is what happens. If you do whatever, this is what happens. And like, sure, that works, but I don't like it. Really don't like that stuff. So, like stuff like controls, it's like, yeah, you have to figure out the controls, but what I would think would be better is I'll package the game with a manual. And you have to read the fucking manual if you want to know how to control it. It's for people who've never played a game in their life. Yeah, I mean, it's for that, but it's also just like, once you know what that button does, now all that like thing in the corner is just clutter. You know? Yeah, the tool, yeah. It's just clutter. Another way I think I could do it. So the way I'm handling settings in this game is that this side of the prison is going to have taxidermy animals, and talking to each of those animals is how you set your settings. Like there's going to be a resolution animal, there's going to be a keybinds animal, stuff like that. And I think making the first one your keybinds, just like showing you the keybinds in the form of the settings, that should be enough for people. In my old game, it would pop up like F to use flashlight, and then once you press it, it disappears. Yeah, that's not terrible. When I say that's not terrible, I mean like that's fine and good and works, and I have no problem with it. That's what I mean. Hmm. It doesn't stay on screen. Of course, of course. I like looking at this thing, like just swing back and forth. I do find it very menacing. We might try to do footsteps tomorrow. That'll be fun. I really like the way the light passes through this. Like that's a good visual right here, I think. I like this visual. Even with the light bleeding through. Hmm. I think we made decent progress today. I do have some stuff I want to take care of, so I do have to end the stream a little early. I think I'll just end it now, actually. Uh, yeah, I will just end it now. But you know, we got a couple hours of work in, and yeah, it's been productive work. So I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. Chicago time zone. So everyone, have a nice day, y'all my buddies.